Hi guys and welcome to the Birmingham City Watchalong. We're up against Cheltenham Town. We've got 2 games on tonight. One has already kicked off. We'll be half an hour through now. The last time I saw we were 1-0 down against Solihull Moors in the inaugural Arthur Cup. Most of our main players are at that game, but unfortunately Blues TV didn't want to raise more money for charity by putting that on Blues TV and letting percentages of profit go towards charity. So, not too sure why they haven't put that game on Blues TV. But we've got Cheltenham v Blues. I do feel quite sorry for the fans that went to Cheltenham because they weren't aware. When Cheltenham first came out, they weren't even aware that Solihull was a game. And then they've ended up going there at 7:45 to watch our kids. However, I'm going to be doing a watch along for all of you anyway, because I think it will be good to get to see some of our younger players, how they're developing, because we could be relying on quite a few of them this season to just get through. So we were doing the watch along for this game, and as I'm aware, the Solihull game we are 1-0 down as far as I know. Let's get into your comments. Hello to Charlie in the chat, Gordon, Jack, Simsy, keep right on, Justin as well, Stuart, hello to everybody already in the chat. Get in the chat guys, what do you think of the recent news around Blues? You all know what I'm talking about, but I don't want to say the words in case I curse it. What are your thoughts? Bakuna's captain, Trusty and Ruddy starting. Yeah, that's in the Solihull game. I'm really not sure why they didn't, put that one live on Blues TV, because it's all about raising money for charity and they could have made so much more money off that. But, oh well. Birmingham Talk TV, what's the Solihull Moors score? As far as I'm aware, we're 1-0 down, but I will have another look for you, because I think last time I looked was about 10-15 minutes ago, so could be a bit better. No, still looks like we're 1-0 down. So yeah, not great. Happy with the news, Charlie? Get Lower Tilton open, yeah. To be fair, I'm hoping that this season is going to be difficult either way. If this takeover does go through, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, the club hasn't been fully bought, it's only 21%. From what Paul Richardson has said, 21% makes them the major, shareholders in the club then. So they have the control, which means they can get things done. The first season is going to be very difficult. All we need to do is try our best to, just scrape through. I don't really want to focus on getting loads of players through the door. I think what we need to get is the fans back on side, sort the stadium out is the main thing. So yeah, sure, make a few permanent signings, get some loans in to help us try and get, 18th, 17th, something like that. Try and solidify our place in the league whilst focusing on the stadium issues. Get the club back together. Keep the food going. The stadium reopened. Try and entice people in. Try and get activities going to get people more involved in the club. Because I think this time in the club's history has been a very bad time for fans feeling very disjointed with the club. I know I do. I know I've seen a lot of other people don't feel that they can connect with the club at the moment. If we could bring that connection back, then push on. I think that's the way to do it. So yeah, this season just solidify and try and sort the stadium issues out. That's my hopes anyway. Hi from Marbella. Hello to John. What's the weather like over in Marbella? I wonder if it's reached the heights of Birmingham this great day. First team losing to National League size, yeah, not great. No hope. The first home game, do you think they will open the Lower Tilton? I don't think it will be done by the first home game because that is very, very close. But at least work's going to start happening. It would be much better if this had happened at the start of pre-season, the end of last season, because I think the stadium would be sorted before the season. We'll take a little bit more time now with games being played, but we will be able to hopefully have it open, even if it takes up until the winter break because of the World Cup. After that winter break, if the full stadium's open, great. I don't want them to just do a cheap botch job that's going to end up ruining it even further. They need to do a proper job on it, and if that's how long it takes, that's how long it takes. I just want to see some sort of positive development and actual work done. That's what'll, make Blues fans happy, really, because it's obviously not a job that takes a day. It's going to take months, I'd imagine. Ross, Lecco missed a sitter from 5 yards, hit the bar. He's the worst player in our team. Yeah, it sounds like Lecco, to be honest. You wouldn't have had to give me a name then, and I would have associated that with Lecco. Jay, seems mad that 21% gives you control of the club. Makes you wonder how many people have got a percentage. That's exactly what I was saying earlier. Like, I was actually talking to myself, to be honest, because I've got COVID, so I'm a bit... I've been quite weird over the last few days. But yeah, it's... how many people have got their finger in the pie, basically? There's 21% gives you majority. That other 79% is all on the Hong Kong Stock Exchange, I'd imagine, and there's hundreds of people with 0 point somewhat percentage. That's all I can imagine, really, which makes it difficult to sell the whole club. But it's good. It's annoying that 21% gives you control because it's so low, but in a way, at least they've got control. So that's the positive, but there's still a lot more work to buy the club. But yeah, at least they get control and they can start doing things their way, which is good. I don't know how we're still losing 1-0 though. Have we been good, Ross? Or is it very... hit and miss? Is there like a good style of play there? I'm just trying to find positives, to be honest. Banter Club, this is mostly our first team and we're losing to Solihull. Yeah, it doesn't look good, does it? I was looking earlier, last time we played Solihull, we won 3-1 back in 2016 pre-season. So you never know, there might be some goals from somewhere. Probably Hogan seems to be the one doing it at the moment for us. Hello to Snuggles in the chat. Are you happy with the Man City away kit, Snuggles? I saw that today. Wasn't sure what to think. I've quite liked your recent kits. I don't think it's as nice as your previous away kits in the last few seasons, or your previous... Well, no, not last season's third kit was awful, but yeah, it's different. I wonder if Eustace will keep his job. Now that is a question. That's a very big question, English Ice. God knows. Richardson today said, we're meeting management tomorrow. He didn't really give too much away. He seemed to suggest that he doesn't see a reason why it should change, but he wasn't there openly saying, oh yeah, we're going to back him. So I'm not sure. It felt like he didn't really want to comment on it, which makes me think they might have other plans. But that's just my opinion. I obviously hope not. Everyone deserves a chance. Eustace seems to have a style of play. If he gets money behind him, he's a young manager. There's every chance he could be a great manager, but yeah, I'm hoping he gets that chance, but I'm not sure. Very hot, 42 degrees in Marbella. I went to Marbella not last year, the year before, and I think it was like August time, and it was about 30. But 42, yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I wonder how it feels though, like compared to the heat here, because everyone always says that the heat in the UK is so much different compared to the heat abroad. So I'm wondering if your 42 over there, you know, actually feels like about, it's like 36 over there or something. It doesn't feel that hot. I don't know. Opinions on Keep Right on TV. I'm not giving opinions on other channels. If you haven't already, go and subscribe to Keep Right on TV. Me personally, I'm all about supporting other channels, so, you know, great, he's doing a very great job at the moment. And, yeah, he's a Blues fan. Go and support him. That's the way I see it. I don't really care, like, loads of people can go and get their opinions out on social media. Everyone's got their right to an opinion. He reports on Blues. He reports on all the news. Fair play to him. Go and subscribe to him. That's what I think, really. Lecker is the worst player at Blues I've seen in years, next to Fabrini, Carl Lafferty and Nikolai Brock-Madsen. I tell you what, Fabrini is an absolute shout. I forgot about Fabrini. I forgot he even played for us. Like, Brock-Madsen's one that you hear often when people speak about players that you might have forgot that played for your club. But Fabrini, completely forgot about him. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't a favourite. Yeah, I was thinking the same about that, Kit Snuggles. Is this the first team or at Cheltenham? Yes, the first team's at Solihull Moors. That one's already kicked off. The Cheltenham game is the one we're going to be watching. In 3 minutes it kicked off. But this is the kids, really. But I guess it's good to see their development, because we will be relying quite a bit on some of these youngsters to come through, be backups. Maybe you have to step in and be first teamers if there's injuries. You know, Bellingham's playing, so there are some good players to see here and see how they're progressing. One thing about it, George Hall isn't playing because he picked up an injury against Burton. I'm guessing it was worse than it first seemed. What type of squad is at Cheltenham? I will get to that after I've read out all these questions, Gordon. At least if we get a lot of injuries, Maxi Lopez can get his boots on. Yeah, but I don't even think we need injuries. Just stick Maxi Lopez up front from the off. Go with it. 33 here. Gosh. Solihull or Cheltenham playing against first team, mate? Solihull playing first team. So who's actually in the Blues team? I will get to it. I only agree with one of his videos. What's the Moors score? So the Moors score was 1-0 last time I saw. Solihull are winning. Yeah, they were 1-0 up last time I saw. Keep Right on TV Army. What are the lineups for Cheltenham game? Right, yeah. I should have got round to that. I will get round to it now. So, I did see it on Twitter. If I could find it. Yeah, so we're still losing to Solihull Moors. Little bit frustrating considering that's our main team. Right, team sheet for the Cheltenham game. Average, it's in number order and it's kids, so forgive me, I don't know what formation it is. Average in goal looks like Tate Campbell, Mitch Roberts, Brandon Keller and Josh Williams at the back. Then Remy Walker, Alfie Chang, Odin Bailey in midfield, with a front three of Cosgrove, Finlay Thorndike and Jobe Bellingham. That is what I'd go for. I think it's a 4-3-3, but again, I'm not sure. It's just in number order. It doesn't really look like Blues are giving it much coverage either. They've got it on Blues TV, but their social media is not talking about it at all. So yeah, I'm not too sure. But that's the lineup anyway. One interesting thing Kiki Simmons is on the bench. You know that kid we got from Man City a few seasons ago? And he has always looked decent, so might be interesting to see him. One player that's not there is Adan George. I know he had an injury, but I thought he was back. I was hoping to see him because he looks like a good prospect as well, but he's not there either. So yeah, there's the lineup. Awful players down Blues. Who remembers Breck Shea? Vaguely. Very vaguely. They're looking good when we attack. This is at the Solihull game. Thank you, Ross, for reporting on the Solihull game. They're looking good when we attack, but as normal, can't take the chance in defence. Looks a bit dodgy. Okay, yeah. Doggy. Yeah. It makes sense. Do you think there will be a Bellingham goal contribution? I hope there is. I can't say... Yes. Let's go for yes. I'm going to be hopeful. Yes, there will be a Bellingham goal contribution. Keller is a midfielder or a winger, I think. I thought he was a left back. Let's have a look. It says... Oh, what the hell? Okay, so one source says defender and one source says midfielder. Well, God knows what we're playing then. The official Blues website, yeah, says midfielder, so I don't know where he is. Wasn't this game supposed to kick off? I've only just realised it's went to 47 and the game hasn't kicked off yet, and I'm wondering what's gone on. Okay, right, I'm going to have to quit and reload it. I'm currently trying to watch it on my Xbox, so I had to obviously buy the game, but I'm wondering if it's... it has kicked off, my apologies, right. 3 minutes in, 0-0, Cheltenham have got a free kick. But yeah, this is interesting. So players to look out for. Obviously, we've got Everidge and Cosgrove, who are like senior players. Odin Bailey is a player that around this time in his career, if he's going to stay at Blues, should be breaking into our, not like first 11, but the squad he should be breaking into now if he's got a career at Blues. So Odin Bailey is one to keep an eye on. Finlay Thorndike, who he signed from the Villa Academy, is a Blues fan. That'll be an interesting one. First time seeing him in action. And then, yeah, Tate Campbell. He looked good in the friendly I watched against Portimonense the other week. And Bellingham. I'd say they're the ones to really keep an eye on that could have an impact this season. Obviously, other youngsters could come through very strongly, but they're the sort of ones that have been mentioned a bit more. You know, they've been around the first team a bit more, or they're just new. And the Solihull Moors game is 1-0 at half time, I believe. Yes, it is. Make sure, guys, as well, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Currently on 8 likes. Let's try and get to 15 likes by the 10th minute. So 5 minutes to get to 15 likes. So hit the like button, subscribe to Blues Focus TV as well. And if you're looking for a bit of varied content, I also have my own channel. The link is in the description. My channel's JC Football. I do Championship, Premier League and Champions League football. And then I also do a bit of gaming, play a bit of F1. So there's plenty of stuff going on there. And I'm doing my pre-season stuff at the moment. So there's a few videos coming out at the weekend. And then yeah, we'll be getting into like championship predictions for like table predictions, Premier League table predictions in the next few weeks as well. So make sure to subscribe over there if you haven't. It really helps me out. Cleared off the line. I believe Odin Bailey's just nearly scored, but a defender cleared it off the line. Strange that our first team are playing a National League side and losing 1-0, and our kids are playing a League One side and have just nearly scored 6 minutes in. Very strange. Thank you very much for the likes as well. We've hit 16 likes and we're in the 6th minute, so we hit that very quickly. Let's keep going. 25. Not going to set a time limit on that, but let's try and get to 25. That's our next goal. Surely can't be many fans at Solihull if hardly anyone knew it was happening. Yeah, I don't know when the Solihull one was actually announced, but I know the Cheltenham one was announced first, and I don't think there were many tickets for the Solihull one either. But yeah, it is frustrating that we can't watch that one, but it's an interesting proposition. We're getting to see a lot of different players here, so you can sort of get to know what our academy's about and what sort of good players are knocking about. Keeper on TV versus Brummy Joe boxing match on pay-per-view. Would you buy that? Sure. Supporting Blues fans. I'll pay for your pay-per-view. Depends how much you're charging me though. If it's if it's a bit of a rip-off, you know, if it's any more than a £5, then maybe not. I would like to say as well, I'm not getting involved in that pay-per-view because I am not a fighter. I'm a bit too friendly for that. It's sold out apparently. I did see some fans trying to, you know, just seeing online if they could get any tickets anywhere, but yeah. So Solihull is sold out. English Irish. John Ruddy was a good signing. Yeah. I don't know if that's sarcasm. Have we like conceded again or something? No, because it kicked off at 7. Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's a good... John Ruddy's a very... Thorndike nearly scores now. Save for the keeper. But yeah, I wasn't taking the mick then out of John Ruddy. I was thinking that you were being sarcastic with me as in they'd scored and you were... But yeah, I think that's a very good signing because... Brilliant covering there from Tate Campbell. But yeah, I feel like I can't really trust Everidge. The problems with Everidge, one-on-one is not bad, but his distribution obviously isn't great. The thing I feel like he struggles with most is taking control. He flaps at set pieces, any crosses. He doesn't. You don't feel like he's ever in control of his own box. You sort of need that from a goalkeeper. John Ruddy is a proper experienced professional. He's been in the Premier League for God knows how many years. I understand he is coming towards the end of his career, but for the next 2 seasons, he will be a good goalkeeper. Definitely, he's a definite improvement. Speaking of Everidge, he did nearly just concede. They had a looping header from the back post over him, and I think Bellingham might have headed it off the line. I'm not sure. I think it was Bellingham, but someone did. It's now out for a corner. One thing I can't complain about is it's at least stuff's happening in this game. Like, it's very cagey, but not in the middle of the field. It's in the boxes instead, which is good. That boxing match should have a forfeit. The loser supports Villa for a season. Yeah, that'll be good. 50 quid to afford players for the club. Okay, I would like to politely decline. I'm not spending 50 quid on the pay-per-view. I'll just watch a watch-along for it. Reckon Everidge on his way out now. Thomas, I agree. For someone on his wages, you can't have someone on his wages as a backup goalkeeper in the Championship. You can't run a club that way, because then other backup players are going to be like, well, hang on, he's not even getting any game time and he's on about 20 grand a week, I think. So, then you sort of you mess up your wage structure. So yeah, I think he is going to go if we can get rid. I'm assuming he's going to want game time, so he'll go and drop his wages. But yeah, I think he'll go to either a low Championship side or as a starter, or someone will sign him as a backup but put him on less wages. It's Luca. Hello. What's the Moors score? It's half time. We're 1-0 down. It is our main team playing there against a National League side. So that's a worrying first half. Hopefully Deeney comes on in the second half and starts banging some goals in. Ross, very good point. I forgot about this. I'm sure if Everidge plays another 6 games, his wages go up. Now, I don't know if it's 6. You might be right, you might not. I'm not going to confirm or deny because I don't know. But I know that this season, and they weren't playing him last season. They were playing Sarkic instead because they didn't want to pay him out his bonus, his extra wages for a certain amount of games. So I know he's close to it, which is another reason to get rid, really. English Isaac. It will be interesting to see what players Maxi Lopez brings in when the takeover is done. Yes. Is he going to have some links? I saw some people reporting that he could have some Argentinian and Spanish players that he knows or he's looking at. And he's obviously got good links to. Very nice run there from our number 7, Brandon Keller, I believe. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see who gets in. And let me know in the chat, right? Because there was that whole thing about Diego Costa before. Would you want Diego Costa at the club? For me personally, no. It upsets the dressing room. He's going to be on higher wages, not high wages, but much higher wages than everyone else. And yeah, it's we don't need that sort of marquee signing. We need to be smart, like a Brentford. So yeah, that's my opinion. But let me know what yours is in the chat. Stuart says no, it's a percentage wage rise. Okay, interesting. Average saves from Cheltenham. It's Luca. What do you think of Maxi Lopez and Paul Richardson? Personally, obviously happy because there's a Blues fan involved and he has money. So he's only going to want the best for the club. He's a Blues fan. He's not going to want to make us suffer. And if it gets to the point where we are suffering, at least he'll want to sell to someone else so that they can help, or get someone else on board to finance so that they can help. So he's got, his vested interest is that he obviously wants us to do well. He supports the club, which is what fills me with hope. Now, the whole thing to do with, I don't know if it's 100% that he said this or not. People can clarify in the comments, but there's a whole thing about the ex-guy from Charlton, I can't remember his first name, but Southall, and it got so bad with him that Charlton fans stormed his office, and it was a massive, horrible fallout, terrible ownership. But the thing with it is, yes, he will be on the board. If it's true, he will be on the board. But Richardson and Lopez are going to be above him. He will also have like a financial officer above him. So he can't really do anything without Richardson and Lopez's permission. And again, Richardson wants the best for the club. So, to me, it's not that big of an issue. Apologies for my coughing as well. I've had COVID. I've still got COVID. I'm coming out of it, but I just have little spikes where I keep coughing. It's very frustrating. Cheltenham are in here. Flags up offside, luckily. So, Jelly Dillon, I believe you're saying no to Diego Costa. Birmingham Talk TV, yes, he would score goals. Now, yes, he would score goals. But we can easily get someone who can score goals, who is younger, so they will have resale value or at least potential and long stay with the club. That can get his goals, be on way less wages, not be a hothead and a troublemaker. So I think that's the reason I'd stay away, because he's an old player that, you know, he's a big marquee signing, but I'm not sure that's what we need. Jay, Lopez played with Messi, so we'll take him from PSG on a free. Competition for Graham in the starting 11. Yeah, I wonder who wins actually, Messi or Graham. I think I'd rather have Graham at right wing back than Messi. Yeah, that ball delivery, you can't take the egg out of the team, can you? Mark, at least we're moving forward. I'm glad if we leave Costa, he's a troublemaker. Yeah, I agree. Come on, you Blues, says Jelly Dillon. 3 times. You really want us to win, don't you? It's rumoured Maxi Lopez wants Bielsa in as manager. I did see this. This was like a few months ago, wasn't it, when he was linked? I don't know if the same links have appeared again. But, yeah, it's interesting. Tate Campbell, by the way, I was impressed with him against Portimonense, and he seems very assured. He really seems like he's playing well above his age. What a ball that is. Nearly from Keller, I think. Nearly released Williams. Right idea. Birmingham Talk TV. When was the last time we had a great striker? Che Adams. This is the question on every Blues fan's mind. When the hell are we going to replace Che Adams? We got money for him. We've never seen it. We've never replaced him. It's a big issue. Thoughts on Cosgrove's goal versus Burton? It'll do him a lot of confidence. It was a good strike from outside the box. It wasn't in the corner. I think it was savable, but who cares? It went in. We lifted the trophy. You know, when was the last time Villa won a trophy? So yeah, it's interesting. Certainly is interesting with Cosgrove because we paid a lot of money for him. He's never really had a chance. He has only really been off the bench. I think this is actually his first start for us ever. And he went to Shrewsbury, but he had Cottrell as the manager, which automatically stops you from being able to do anything good. So yeah, it's I can't really read into it. I'm hoping he comes good because then we don't need to buy a striker. Lecco needs kicking off the wages. Cosgrove's banter player. Owners could have got Nisbet. Yeah, that's the annoying thing. We could have got Nisbet and we... Yeah, Dong got the wrong Scottish striker. He got the names mixed up, I think. But yeah, hopefully he can come good. Hello to Rahul in the chat. You should try collab with Almighty Blues FC. He's a Chelsea fan and has 4K subs. Nice. I will have a look at Almighty Blues FC. I mean, I'm not sure that we'll be able to collab with him. I'm quite like Blues Focus TV is doing very well, but as a channel, we wouldn't have a reason to collab with a Premier League channel. My personal channel I could, because I cover Premier League content. However, I've got 139 subscribers, so I think I'm a little bit off at the moment, but thank you for the suggestion. Hopefully with new owners we'll stop selling good young players on the cheap, yeah. Hopefully. I mean, look at Amari Miller. Went to Leeds, didn't get a kick at first team football, could have featured for us. And it was just such a waste. 1994 League Cup was the last time they won a trophy. There you go. Bassini crying. I've seen so many people like commented on TalkSport saying you should try and ring Bassini and get his thoughts. I would love to see that interview. That is something I'd pay for. I would pay to watch that interview. I'd love it to be in person actually. If it wasn't a over the phone interview. If that was an interview in their office of Simon Jordan with Bassini, get it on that boxing card actually. It sounds like a shout. Do we know what colour the away kit is yet? Unfortunately not. Well, other people might have an idea. I have no indication at all. It's supposed to be released, well, needs to be released before the Luton game. I'd imagine we'd hear something next week. I think if it was this week, they've already announced that the kit's being released. But yeah, hopefully we get it very soon. Who do you want Blues to sign this year? Oh gosh. Haaland? No. Some championship quality players. That sounds good to me, to be fair. I can't really think of names. They're currently taking a water break, it's that hot to be fair. But yeah, I can't really think of particular players that I think, oh yeah, let's get that player in. We just need players that are championship quality really. Hope the kit's... Oh, sorry, hang on. Birmingham Talk TV. I can say this for certain, I'd rather have a Hamstat up front than Lecco. You really don't like Lecco, do you? I mean, I can't say I blame you. He hasn't done anything ever for us, but I've got a hamster, to be fair. I'll stick her up front instead. I hope the kit's not pink like a few years ago. Yeah. I don't mind if they make like a third kit pink or something. I just want a nice away kit. I'd rather have Richardson than Bassini. I think you share a lot of people's opinions with that, Stuart. 94, last time we won a trophy. What about the League Cup? No, it was the last time Villa won a trophy. Yeah, obviously we won the League Cup against Arsenal. That was a great day. Not that I was there, and if I was like 10 years old. I probably just would have not really cared or not been able to see. But yeah. Yeah. Last time Villa won a trophy, 1994 League Cup. Yeah. Bassini was drunk, I think. I hope he wasn't drink driving. Yeah, he was on something. G-Cop replaces Ruddy at half-time at Solihull. Did Ruddy have much to do? Is it anyone there and can report? Who was reported actually? Let me have a look. Ross was reporting, and we go now live over to Ross at the Armco Stadium, I think. No, if Ross is still watching, I'm guessing he's here. But yeah, if Ross will be our reporter. Lecco back to Charlton, please. Penguin retro third kit, please. Ruddy fat. That's not very nice, but I'm going to talk to you then. The master analyst. Yeah, the score hasn't been updated because we're watching Cheltenham, and this one's currently 0-0. Sadly, we couldn't get a hold of the Solihull Moors one because Blues are very, very stupid and didn't see it as an opportunity to raise even more money for the Arthur charity by putting that on Blues TV instead. So yeah, we could still get money in though for Bellingham as Liverpool keep getting linked with him. Yes. What's our... Because isn't it a percentage of the profit that Dortmund make, not a percentage of the whole transfer fee? But I swear someone said it was 5%, or am I going crazy? If it is, that is terrible. Like, it's still a lot of money for us, but that is a stupid deal. We should have at least put 20-25% on that. The Solihull score was 1-0. It will have kicked back off, and I will tell you that it's still 1-0. When we conceded tonight, I bet someone said, "Oh ruddy hell." Jay, you're here with the dad jokes. I am all for it. I am a dad joke person. I'm not sure how many people in the comments will be thanking you, but keep them coming. Surprised you can dive to bottom corner shots. Oh, Ruddy. I don't know, I haven't seen him. Maybe he can't. I read somewhere 5% as well, yeah. I think it's 5%. How stupid is that? He was a player who was literally tipped the best 16-year-old or best 17-year-old on the planet, and then we sell him for 25. I don't know why, I can't remember. I think I'm too hot. It was around 25, I swear, but then we only put 5% of the profit that Dortmund make. We should have had 20% of the transfer fee. Now, you know, even 15% of the profit. You know, you think they sell him, let's use normal, easy figures. Say they sell him for 100 million. We sold him for 25 million. 75 million is the profit they make. We're making 10% of that. That's 7.5 million. That helps us out so much. But yeah, 5% is just stupid when we should be getting 20%, 15 million. That's massive. Cosgrove is on the wing here, crosses to the keeper. Let's hope Jude sells for about £1 billion then, and we're sorted with that 5%. Yeah, let's make it easy. Let's say he goes for £1 billion and 25 million. There's £1 billion profit. 5% of that is £50 million. We can buy a Joe Linton for that. Lovely. In my opinion, loan signings for us are bad. We're never going to sign them on a permanent. We need to own players to build a good team. Everything you say there is true. I don't think loan signings are bad, because if you can't afford to sign a player permanently, but your squad is really, really lacking. So you need, you need players to come in. You have to make loan signings. We don't have money. We have to make loan signings. And in the end, to be fair, as much as I'd love to have permanent signings, and now that we have new owners, hopefully, we will start to get permanent signings. I think the loan signings, most of the time, are coming from a high Premier League club, and they will probably be better than the permanent players we can get. So it works both ways. I don't think they're bad, but we do need more players to own, obviously. There was just a cross that came in. What was I saying about Everidge earlier? Never feels in control. He flaps at crosses. And that's exactly what he did. He flapped it, it fell over. Luckily it fell to a Blues player, but it could have ended badly. He's done really well there too, yeah. You're on about Bellingham, he has absolutely smashed it. Michael is 20%. Where have you heard that? I mean, I hope you're right, but I heard 5. I think we should be making more permanent signings. John Ruddy is number 1. He's not good enough. Mate says he was awful for Wolves. I don't know. I think John Ruddy in the Championship as number 1. He's a good signing. I mean, how old is he? He's like 35. Yeah, 35 years old. A lot of goalkeepers go until they're like 40. So he's not in his prime, but he's still easily got a few years left. And for a Championship side, I think Ruddy is a solid goalkeeper. Charlie Austin's a free agent, yes. Knows Eustace. I don't see why we hadn't tried to bring him in for a year. The only thing I can think is maybe his wages will be a bit high, considering our wage bill is already so high. But yeah, snap him up. I'll never forgive him, to be fair, for what he done against us in that game against West Brom, where we were 2-1 up. We were 1-0 up, then they equalised, then we went 2-1 up at the start of the second half, and then Austin comes on and scores 2. That was one of the only Blues West Brom games I've ever been to. It was an absolute roller coaster. It was horrible at the end. Are you sure you didn't read 1/5 of the profit, which is 20%? I'm pretty sure I saw 5%, but I don't know. Maybe not. I hope you're right, obviously, but I'm not sure on it. I will have a look actually, see if I can find anything. He knows the Championship well too, yeah, he really does. I'd take him as number 2. We need another keeper like Sarkic. Yes, for the future. If we had Sarkic and Ruddy standing there now, I'd choose Sarkic because he's already good at this level. He's good for the future because he's young. He's obviously got a lot more years in him. But he'd be commanding a big fee. Ruddy's a free agent. We couldn't get Sarkic in, and I don't think there's anything wrong with Ruddy in the Championship. Is he... I don't want to say it because I haven't watched him in the last few years, but I would say he is like top half Championship goalkeeper. I don't know how much he's deteriorated, but I think it's a good number 1. We needed the fresh owner so badly. Would have loved for it to happen earlier so we could jump on Scott Twine. That would have been a lovely signing. Yeah, we definitely needed it earlier to sort out the stadium and everything, but at the end of the day, as long as it happens before the season, hopefully, I've got hope we'll be okay this season then. Oh, you were at that West Brom game as well? That was a frustrating game. So it was so happy, and then all of a sudden everything just dropped off a cliff when he came on. Could have been worse. We could have brought Lee Camp back. Funny you should say that, because in our Football Manager career we made a little mistake. We're in the Premier League, but we made a little mistake, so we needed to get a goalkeeper in, and we've got Lee Camp to agree to a pre-contract agreement, so he's joining us in January, halfway through our first Premier League season. That to me is a great bit of business. Lee Camp is a brilliant goalkeeper. Bassini messed up Lopez and Richardson plans, yeah, but hopefully they can connect with the fans well. This is what I was saying earlier, that there's been a massive disconnect between fans and club. I don't think it's been this disjointed for a very long time. So with a takeover coming in, yes, I'd love to buy loads of players and go and win the league, but realistically, what we need to do, get a few more permanent signings in, spend a little bit of money, spend a couple of million, get some loan signings in as well, enough to just keep us in the league, get us a 17th, 18th place finish, while we sort the stadium out, while we get that connection back with the fan base, we get fans back to the ground, pack it out again, build the club up in that way, and then next season is the season where we start to properly build a team. But yeah, it's going to be interesting, definitely. Get Deeney off the wage bill. I don't care what anyone says, he's past it and he's not doing anything for the money he's on. I'm not convinced with Deeney either, to be fair. He hasn't done enough so far. He has dropped his wages down a lot. I believe he's not on as much as Everidge and Cosgrove and things like that. I don't know anything. Honestly, I'm going off Football Manager. I feel like Football Manager's got an accurate database. Well, that's what I'm going for. But yeah, it's weird because last season he never looked fully fit. He always looked off it. But I think it's because he wasn't really, in the proper shape of his life. He wasn't prepared. He was prepared, but maybe not physically. But I think this season is the season where we'll see if he still has the ability or not. Because he's had a long break with a bit of pre-season, over a month, to work in the gym, work on his fitness, work on his stamina, get everything together, then work with the team in the whole of pre-season, work with Eustace. So I think this is the season you've got to see it. There's a statement signing and brings down other players with the announcement he got on the fan attention he receives. I don't really think anyone would have been brought down. It was like a homecoming. It was just a Blues fan coming and playing for Blues after having a pretty long, career in either the Championship or the Premier League. But yeah, I understand he hasn't done enough yet, not anywhere near enough, but I think this is the season now to judge him on. If he can't do it this season, he's not going to do it. How are we losing to Solihull Moors? Yeah, God knows. I will get an update on that, actually. Last time I did look, it was 1-0. Deeney's been training hard recently. It's all over his Inter. Yeah, this is what I mean, Elijah. He's had proper time to prepare this time, and he's... Because when did we actually sign him? I know it was obviously the summer transfer window, but as in... Was it... Had the season already kicked off? But I believe it had. or it was very, very close to signing. Yeah. Yeah, 30th of August we confirmed the signing, so we'd already started playing, and he wasn't playing for Watford. You know, he wasn't getting game time, so he wasn't fully at it. Not that I'm saying he is going to be fully at it, but this is when to judge him, I think, anyway. Stuart, the problem is when you go for it, you got to make sure you get the right players in. Yeah. And build it up, or there will be a hefty points deduction if you don't go up. Yeah. Yeah, basically don't do a Derby County. Don't just sign loads of players because you think you're going to go up and then not go up, and well, end up with what happened to them now. They nearly ended up not existing. Yeah. Dee will be solid this season. Good player with a lot to offer if motivated. Yeah, that's what I believe. And you look at the service that's been around him. It hasn't been great either. So I think now that we've got players like Bakuna in midfield, you know, Graham's properly getting a run in the team. Because when Graham actually got a proper run in the team last season, Deeney was injured. I feel like they haven't played that much together. I might be completely wrong, but I feel like they haven't had a proper run together in the team. Robert, I'm not going to lie, I was dreading this season, but I'm starting to get back into it. This was me like for the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Longer than that. I think I remember actually when last season ended, about 2 weeks after, I was thinking, I don't want the next season to start because we're going to go down. But I am a bit more optimistic now. I think we can build. Good pressing from Bellingham. Thorndike takes it. Good dribbling. Blocked. Oh, it's very scruffy in there. We get a corner. We were saying that when he came in, yeah. If Wolves hadn't gone up, they would have had a points deduction, I would have thought, yeah. Sounds about right, because they had those owners who just love Portugal. They love everyone Portuguese, and they signed a lot of players. Like Ruben Neves in the Championship, that was ridiculous. But yeah. They got up at the perfect time. James needs to play every game next to Bakuna and Woods. Yeah, I think if we go in 5 at the back, we won't then have wingers as well as wing backs. So we'd then have 2 central midfielders, an attacking mid, and 2 strikers. And I think the 2 central midfielders need to be Woods and James, and the attacking mid needs to be Bakuna. But if we go that way, if we go with that formation. Knowing Blues, we could have the world's best 11 on the pitch and we'd still find a way to mess it up and come 20th. Jay, this is what I was saying. Last season, I can't remember who I was talking to. I think it was... I don't know if any of you know who Benjamin Bloom is on YouTube. But I was commenting on his videos saying that we seem to have like some sort of gravitational pull towards 20th spot. It doesn't matter what the hell happens, what we invest in, what happens around us. We always end up in 20th, and I don't get how. And yeah, it's very, very weird. Very weird. Onwards and upwards, yes indeed. Well, the only way it really gets worse than 20th is relegation. I mean, 21st's there, but I wouldn't take my chances on finishing worse than 20th, but surviving. So, yeah. Hopefully onwards and upwards. I wasn't even sure if I was going to renew my season ticket at the end of last season, but I'm sticking with it. Fair play, Stuart. I mean, I would not be able to get a season ticket in the current. I wouldn't have. Maybe with this new takeover stuff, maybe I would. But yeah, I'm guessing you renewed before the news today. And if you've renewed, it means you had one last season, and I couldn't have done it. So fair play. Fair play to you. Benjamin Bloom is a goat. Yes, he is indeed. He is a very, very good content creator. Yeah. Definitely, if you haven't already watched Benjamin Bloom or subscribed, go over there. He's a very, very good championship content creator. Covers everything. He's a great guy. Yeah. I remember watching Benjamin Bloom. I think Sanchez is a bigger loss than Bella. Interesting. I think Sanchez, ability-wise, is better than Bella. Sanchez, was he a bit homesick? I know Bowyer really didn't see it with him, but I remember someone saying that he was homesick. I didn't think that he was. I know Villalba was. I thought Sanchez was happy, but Bowyer just didn't want him. But both of them will be missed. You know, in the current squad we have, both of them would improve it. But yeah, Sanchez ability-wise is a bigger loss than Bella. Maybe end product, Bella was a bit better. I don't know. Had one last season but didn't renew this season. Can't blame you really. The delays on monthly updates regarding the stadium work led me to decide they didn't deserve my hard-earned cash. Fair enough. It's half time by the way in this game. But yeah, on that point, I agree. Like, fair play to the Blues fans that are spending money to go down there and have been over the last few seasons, because that's great support. Like, I'm obviously a Blues fan, but I couldn't do it just because it's stressful. I had one for like the last 5 to 6 seasons. Fair play, Stuart. Sanchez and Villalba didn't really get a chance in the team. Villalba sort of made sense. He had chances for a season or half a season, and then he was homesick, so he went back to Spain on loan. Which is, you know, I think he got chances in the team, but he didn't really have a long stay because he didn't want to be here, so fair enough. Sanchez didn't get chances under Bowyer. He got chances before that, but yeah, under Bowyer he didn't get chances. And it was frustrating to see Sanchez go because he was so quality. The one thing that is ridiculous is that no one ever, well, managers and stuff did, but no Blues fans actually got to see Sanchez at St Andrews. How frustrating is that? Because he's a great little player. I think Ben HD deserves a shout out to Great All Round Championship YouTuber. Yeah, Ben HD again, another good one. There are plenty out there, to be fair, but for me personally, my personal go-to all-round championship guy would be Benjamin Bloom. But yeah, Ben HD, I watch his content too. Good content creator as well. That's where I want to be. That's my goal. But it's a very difficult thing to make happen, and you've got to have a lot of time on your hands, and it's a thing I don't really seem to get much these days. Going down became a chore under Bowyer. I mean, we didn't go down in the end, so it was okay. But yeah, we would have without the points deductions, so it was not great. We need another Chele. Elijah, can you expand? I'm not sure I'm catching what you mean. I'm probably just being really thick. Stuart, our away support is amazing. Yes, it is definitely very, very good away support. One of the best in the country, I'd say, pretty easily. Always selling out. And just think, if we get taken over and our squad actually starts to become functional again, we will be absolutely smashing attendance away and at home. It's something to really look forward to. Oh, Che Adams, yes. We got the money for him. Did we really? We never saw it. Never replaced Che. We need another Che. Who's it going to be? Kabongo Shimanga. He's my go-to guy. I just remember a couple of seasons ago watching Sky Sports Soccer Saturday, constantly seeing his name every week on the video printer because he was scoring for Boreham Wood or Kings Lynn. I think he moved from one to the other. Maybe he didn't go to Kings Lynn. He definitely played for Boreham Wood. But yeah, go for it. Get him. Watched all the games on Blue TV. Didn't miss a game until the game of the last 5 or so. It was awful. Yeah. Is there any news on both the squads? I can't give an update on the Cheltenham squad because it's half time. I'd imagine an announcement will be made at the start of the second half. But yeah, nothing so far. No changes on social media that I can see. It's frustrating that I can't report on that game properly because it's not there. But yeah, I can't see that there's anything. Apparently Blues have hit the post twice in the second half. Gosh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to type in #BCFC on Twitter, go on latest. There's the updates, hopefully. Okay, someone's put, no idea how Blues haven't scored this half, but Lecco is so bad. It's not going well for him, is it? Derby would have been mid-table if points deductions hadn't happened. I think at one stage they would have been. I can't remember where they dropped down to because they didn't end very well, did they? But yeah, I can't remember where they ended up. You know, as in where they would have ended up without the point deductions with the final table. Might have been mid-table. God knows. I honestly think Josh Andrews could be quite good if he works on his finishing. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. He went on loan to Doncaster, is that right? I believe it was Doncaster. So he's gone for the season, but yeah, he's starting to get the loan moves, to get first team football. Hopefully he develops into a first team striker for us. Gary, are we actually having new owners? The Chinese will actually be running things, especially for a few more years anyway. See, I thought this, but Richardson, I think it was his interview on TalkSport, said that they're buying 21%, but that actually makes them the major shareholder because although yes, the Chinese have the other 79%, it's split between loads of different parties and people and all this sort of stuff. So that 21% is actually the major shareholder, which makes you think how many people have their fingers in the Blues pie. a lot. But if they are, major shareholders, then, the major controlling shareholder, then it is them running things. And the fact that they're already getting a board in place, speaking about getting a board in place, tells me that they are the major shareholders, even with 21%. Lecco stinks though, I can't lie. Yeah, I don't want to comment on it because I do feel bad for him. He obviously came, he had some quality at West Brom, but they thought, $1 million, yeah, we'll take that. He was rated quite a bit from what I saw by West Brom fans, and some of them were quite annoyed that they'd let him go. But it hasn't worked out, and I really do think he is a confidence player. And because he didn't hit the ground running, his confidence is destroying his career pretty much. Because he couldn't manage to do anything at Charlton in League One either. I think there is a player in there, but every game that he messes something up, it's just going, his quality's dropping bit by bit. And I think there was a player in there, I don't think there is anymore. How to trigger Blues fans, just say Lecco is a class player. That might have to be my next title actually. Bit of clickbait in there. Could say you think any striker could be good if they work on shooting. Yeah, but being a striker isn't just shooting. You have, it might sound stupid, but a striker can bring so much to a team. It's about their build-up play, how they get involved, what their passing's like, what sort of position they actually play. Do they sit deep and let players run in behind? Do they run in behind the channels? Are they a target man? So you don't just have... Obviously, you have to have good shooting, but I think the point that was meant is that he brings a lot to the table because he's big, he can win headers, he can bring others into play, he's physical. So, yeah. Hashtag the Arthur Cup. Yeah, get it trending. Everyone go on... this probably isn't going to work, but everyone go on Twitter. Hashtag Arthur Cup. The hashtag the Arthur Cup. Let's see if we can make anything happen. He didn't say that. He said that they had 21%, but agreed they would have control of everything. I swear, somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I'm dreaming. Maybe it's too hot today. Or maybe I saw it. I don't know. I'm probably just forgetting and being a bit stupid. Oh, I am looking, to be fair, and people are saying if Eustace carries on like this, he won't be here for long because of the formation and the tactic not working against Solihull. With the whole thing to do with Richardson coming in and maybe wanting someone else, could this be a very bad audition for Eustace that, leaves him without a job very quickly? Ryan Stirk, Plains, Birmingham City. Stirk looks like, obviously another good up and coming player. Haven't seen too much of him, but hopefully he does well. What's the scores? So, Solihull, we're still losing 1-0. Cheltenham, still 0-0. So, it's not much going on at all. I just know a lot of people are frustrated with the other game because we're playing terribly. How are we losing 1-0 to Solihull Moors? Yeah, I think everyone's asking the same question. Reflex Hazard. It's going a bit terribly. Adore Sleep. Not quite sure how Lecco is still playing at this level. Another loan move, hopefully, to League One. I think he just needs a loan move, but he needs to hit the ground running in that loan move because, as I said, I think he's a confidence player. If he doesn't start brilliantly, he's never going to perform brilliantly. That seems to be the way. But yeah, 21 or 23% that they have. They have 21%. Okay, yeah. We actually need a whole new team, in my opinion. Players who we have are not good enough. There are championship players there. There are players with high potential there. Eventually, we need a whole new team. Minus Bakuna, I'd say. I think Bakuna's good enough as a permanent player for the championship mid-table. But you need players around him that are good enough. The players around him aren't good enough. But yeah, we're not going to get a whole new team now. But yeah, in the next few seasons, we do pretty much need a whole new team. I think I'd like to see another 5 signings. Obviously, I'd want more, but realistically, I think another 5 signings can keep us up quite comfortably, as long as they're good enough, obviously. He likes Hogan, it seems. That's the Republic of Ireland link, isn't it? But yeah, Hogan was doing alright for us. He'd scored a few goals, but yeah. Set our team around Bakuna, says Stuart. The team needs to be built around James and Bellingham and the youth. Yeah, I think if we could build a team, maybe not this season because they are a bit young, but next season around Bakuna, Jordan James and Bellingham, build a team around that, you'd have a good team. Only like 5 minutes left for Blues to try and score. It started at 7, of course. It's going to be injury time now, isn't it? Well, unless there was a lot of injury time in the first half. I tell you what, Solihull Moors are bad sports. How are they letting us lose in the Arthur Cup? To be honest, I genuinely thought that they would put up a fight, but you know, they'd sort of just let us win it because it's the Arthur Cup. It's the first ever one, but no, apparently they don't care. No, hopefully, you know, obviously I'd love to win it, but hopefully the main thing is we've managed to raise a lot of money. That's the main goal. I really do think over the next 3 years this squad will look completely different. I agree. And there'll be nobody left from this current team or era. Okay, I don't agree with that bit. I'm hoping anyway. I think there'll be some players left. Obviously, forgetting the youth, forgetting James, because I think they will be involved. And I'm assuming that's what you mean as well, because James is still the youth. I wouldn't be sad to see Bakuna here, still. Everyone else can kind of go. Yeah. So you are pretty much right, hopefully. I agree with you 99%. That 1% is Bakuna. Maybe apart from Bakuna, James and Bellingham actually, they looked at... Yeah. I'd just say Bakuna and the youth can stay, everyone else can go. Yeah, that sounds good. Bellingham is hardly breaking into the first team. He's not, but he is still 16. He's going to struggle to break into the first team, but he's obviously got a lot of potential. And that's not just because his name is Bellingham. Like, you've seen a lot of reports saying that both of them are brilliant players with very high potential. And one of them's made it, he was a little bit older. Can Job make it now? I've got faith that he can. He's got good people around him, as in family. So yeah, I think in the next few seasons he will be breaking into the first team. Keep checking on Blues Twitter, I will be. Apparently their keeper is making some fantastic saves. Solihull Moors, this is. Denied Bakuna in the 78th minute. Attendance at the Cheltenham game, 1,429 altogether, 511 Blues fans travelling. Very, very good numbers for a pre-season game midweek at 7:45 kickoff in a friendly watching kids. Not that a lot of them would have known. Someone's put up, the difference between Hogan's actual goals and his XG must be massive. Bloke has about 12 good chances over a few games, but he actually only scores one. I have been saying this for the last few seasons, because there's this thing with Hogan where he's like Marmite. You either love him because he makes really good runs, and he makes really good runs and he does score some goals, but then you hate him because he misses so many chances. He can't finish 1v1s. He's only really a poacher in the box, you know, and flicking things on. So, you know, it's a bit of a toss-up. And I was always on the side of, when he first came in he was brilliant, but then I was on the side of, yeah, he misses too many chances, we need someone clinical. And then this pre-season he started scoring again, but I don't know, is he missing loads of chances still? Not seeing anything about the Blues game. Scott mostly offside Hogan, yeah. Sure there were more Blues fans than Burton ones on the weekend. Probably. We shouldn't be comparing Job with Jude. Jude was an exception and Job could take another 5, 6, 7 years to develop. I get that completely. It's not rare for a player to not come into their own until their early 20s. Yeah, totally agree. However, I'm not comparing them because they're not the same position, but I'm not throwing it out there because his name's Bellingham. I'm throwing it out there because a lot of people, when Jude broke into the team, were saying Job is in the academy. He is a more attacking player. He also has very high potential and is a very good player. I get that he might take longer to develop, that's fair enough. Jude is a brilliant player and I can't believe he came from our academy and he's still so young. But Job also has the potential. A lot of people in the football club have highlighted that he is a brilliant football player as well. So, you know, it's not really coming from nowhere. But yeah, he could take longer. Oh, we lost 1-0. Our reporter Jay has told us we've lost 1-0. Okay, some of your feelings. Defeat at the Armco Arena. My feelings are sack them all. Terrible. You don't read too much into pre-season, but when you're losing 1-0 with your full squad out, pretty much, against a National League side, it's a bit worrying. 100% agree on Hogan. Small Heath Alliance Forum hate me because I seem to be the only person that doesn't rate him as a striker. Yeah, he... In the past, for other teams... Who was it? Brentford? That he was really good at. And then he got that move to Villa and wasn't very good. Moved to us, was very good at the start, but yeah, he's not clinical. He's a poacher, but he's like a half poacher because he only takes half his sort of flicky poacher chances and then he misses all his 1v1s. But yeah, I obviously want him to do well, but I don't think he is a great striker for us at all because he's not clinical. He misses more chances than he scores, and you can say that about a lot of people, but it's big chances. Hogan always gets our big chances and he always misses more than he scores. Long hair Hogan. Yeah, long hair Hogan better. Yeah. I feel that people are expecting too much from Job. Yeah, people are expecting a lot. I'm not like putting expectation on him and saying he has to become Jude Bellingham. Obviously not. He could come absolutely nowhere near him. But noise coming out of Blues that, you know, coaches and stuff, that he has the potential. So yeah, if he doesn't meet his potential, that's fine. Not everyone does. But the majority of players don't get anywhere near their potential. But there's a player in there that could, in the next few seasons, be a main fixture and the star of our team. So yeah, hopefully he can make it. Good show again, chat. Nice one. No worries, mate. Thank you very much, Gary. I remember last time when I was watching Portman enter in the chat. Really appreciate you being so nice about it, and yeah, sorry I couldn't bring you the Solihull Moors game. I mean, I would if I could, but Blues TV didn't make it available because they're just stupid. However, in the end, would we want to have watched that 1-0 loss? Probably not. So yeah, it's a pleasure to be here doing this sort of stuff. Thank you for all the likes as well. We're on 23. Can we get up to 30 likes by the 60th minute mark? We're on the 54th minute. 6 minutes, 7 likes. Let's go for it. If you haven't already as well, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you want a bit of different content, subscribe to my channel as well in the chat. In the description, sorry. It's still football based. JC football, but just a bit more of a broad Premier League Championship perspective rather than just focused on Blues. So yeah, make sure to hit the subscribe button on both channels and hit the like button to keep the stream succeeding. Blues always find new ways to disappoint us. Yeah, losing to a National League side with your main team. I'd say that's pretty disappointing. James's potential is way ahead of Job at the moment, I think. 1 second. Cosgrove! Just wide. Another strike from outside the box, just goes wide. I think it's a corner actually. Thorndike with another nice run forward. Falls to Cosgrove. And yes, headed wide by their defender. Very good block. Yeah, James's potential being way ahead of Job. Yes, James has been in and around the team and he's done well. His potential is also very high. How old is Jordan James? Is he 18 now? That looked like a... I thought we should have had a penalty, but maybe not. Okay, I've typed in Jordan James' age and it's came up 42. It's a different player. I think he's a rugby player. 18, yes. I thought so. So, yeah. 18 years old, Job's 16 years old. So there's a... You know, there is an age gap there. Job can still, in the next 2 years, succeed. But yeah, they're both brilliant players, and I just love how our academy keeps throwing players with such high potential out, and we've really got a chance now if this takeover does happen, to start using our academy properly and streamlining it into the main team, building around these players. That there's real potential here. Hope Job does get to his potential. Yeah, me too. Just hope the fans and media, etc., don't get on his back if he doesn't hit the ground running like Jude did. That type of expectation and abuse can really affect you. Yeah, I agree. Nobody get on him if the first season that he's in the first team he doesn't get too many goal contributions or whatever. Don't get on him. I don't think they will though, because the Blues fans seem to love the Bellingham family for what they did with Jude, you know, getting him to sign the professional contract so we could get a big fee to pretty much save the club from even more debt. And they've done the same with Job. Job's going to be signing a professional contract. So yeah. How long's after the game? 57th minute. So another half an hour, 35. You know, not long. Cosgrove made another good run there. Ball was a bit heavy for him, so it ran through to the goalie, but Cosgrove, without the falling over, he's looking a bit sharp, but every time he tries to bring the ball down, he falls over with it. It's a bit weird. The fact that this is a team we could be starting this coming season is very worrying though, I must say. Yeah, definitely. Jordan James 42, lol. That's what a season with Blues can do to you when you're still young. Yeah, he's definitely aged quite a bit. Cheltenham are in here. Flag up offside. They did put the ball in the back of the net, but Everidge just stood still and let the ball go past him because the flag was already up. Right, Everidge about to take a goal kick. I bet Everidge is a bit frustrated, isn't he? Because he's been, you know, he was the first team goalkeeper when Sarkic got injured, and now a 35-year-old comes in and he's had to go to Cheltenham with all the kids and babysit. So it shows that Eustace has his number one in Ruddy. How is he still 0-0? Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the teams are probably quite evenly matched. I don't know if this is Cheltenham's first team, second team, you know, I don't know. But it's our kids plus Everidge and Cosgrove. So, against League One opposition, this is probably quite evenly matched. In fact, they're probably expected to win this with the teams out, and we're probably, you know, doing pretty well to be at 0-0. Turn it up so we hear the commentary. Little kid, can't do that. I have a friend who's a Norwich fan, and when I asked about Placheta, they said he can run fast, but that's about it. I'll be relieved if he goes. Yeah. That's all I've heard from the Norwich fan base. I think when we announced the signing, there were loads of Norwich players on that post, just Norwich fans on that post saying, you know, we've what was I saying? Sorry. Well, saying that, yeah, he's fast, but he's got no end product. Job signed a contract last week. Yeah, I think he agreed to sign a professional contract last week, but he actually can't because he's 16. Is that right? Yeah. So he's still 16. He turns 17 in September. So he's agreed to sign the contract on his birthday in September when he turns 17. But I don't think he can actually sign a professional contract yet until he's 17. But yeah, it's good that he's agreed to do it. Thought Cheltenham were League 2 for some reason. So did I before the game. And then someone said that they were League 1. Yeah, they are League 1. They finished 15th last season, Cheltenham did. So, mid-table, a little bit lower. Yeah, he signs it on his 17th birthday, yeah. Preliminary contract, basically. It's just good that he's agreed to that because he's got links to like Liverpool and stuff, hasn't he? Although I think that's just Liverpool fans wanting to get him so that they can get Jude, which is just stupid. But yeah, it's good that he's doing that because it means we can get a proper fee for him. Thoughts of Blues losing to Solihull Moors? Yeah, not great. The point I made earlier was that with Eustace possibly, you know, the whole thing with Richardson and Eustace, mate, you know, he's not his man. Does that give him a limited time? You know, does it make his window to do well shorter? Probably. Because new owners always like bringing in their new managers. And this performance was sort of a first audition, I'm guessing. Although it is only a friendly, you do want to make sure your manager's right before you get into too much trouble in the league and the transfer window shuts. And that wasn't a very good audition. I don't read into pre-season too much, but that wasn't a good audition. I know that much. Don't look as bad now considering it's the Blues reserves against their first team. Exactly. This Cheltenham game I haven't really been disappointed with at all. Like they've done a good job considering it's our kids versus their main players. Didn't they say we could sort on Diego Costa if we get these owners? Yes, they said they were interested in Diego Costa and they would make that a marquee signing. Do I want that? Not really. We could easily get a striker that's much younger, much more, you know, going to offer us much more to get the same amount of goals or more, that's cheaper, younger, on a obviously longer contract, that's not a hothead, that's not going to be bad in the dressing room, that's not going to mess up the wage structure. So yeah, I don't want Diego Costa. I mean, it would be pretty funny to say we had Diego Costa, but I'd rather go about it the sensible way, the Brentford way, you know. Go and scout in a region and pick their best young players out and all that sort of stuff. Basically, just play it like you play a Football Manager. Would love Paul even more if he sacked Eustace. Who made the decision on Eustace? And I don't understand why the previous owners would have signed off on it if they were anticipating a new owner. It doesn't make sense to me. Adore Sleep, this is... I was speaking to my dad about this exact scenario. Why the hell would the owners pay off Bowyer if they were going to sell the club. It didn't make sense, so I thought that an agreement was already in place to sell the club with someone, and it was just quiet, which is why they sacked Bowyer, because this new party paid off Bowyer to bring in Eustace. But now it makes no sense, because Richardson has never met Eustace and doesn't. It's not that he doesn't seem to want him, but he didn't deny the fact that he could get rid of him. What's going on there? It makes no sense at all. Why would they want to pay off the manager when it can just be the next owner's problem? I don't know. I'm listening to this and watching the game because it hasn't got commentary. Is Josh Madger worth it, or is he overhyped? Give me a price. Is there some sort of quote in place with clubs, and it's like, clubs after Josh Madger for 2 million or something? Cosgrove's just smashed one high and wide from outside the box. But yeah, give me a price and I'll tell you if he's worth it, if I think he's worth it or if he's overhyped. Is a worry though at the minute, considering nearly 5 friendlies are done and we've only scored 4 goals across them. Yeah. To be fair, tonight it is 2 different friendlies, but considering our main lineup can only play at 1, I wouldn't read into it as 5 friendlies, because all these players that are playing here aren't going to be main starters anyway. However, out of the other 4 friendlies where all our main players have started, to only score 4 goals is worrying. Definitely worrying. I'm not sure, to be honest, about pricing, but I've heard he's quick and he's maybe has some potential. I don't know. Yeah, he was at Sunderland, then Bordeaux, then Stoke on loan last season. I think he was on loan at Stoke. It might have been permanent. God knows. I could be wrong. I think if you were paying a mil, he's young, yeah. If you're paying a mil and a half, I'd take that. If you're paying any more, I'd maybe look to other options. Not that I can give you other options at the moment, but if you gave me a name, then I'd remember that they exist, pretty much. But it is true, we do need a young striker to build around. We had Che Adams, we just didn't really build around him, but he was so good that it just worked. But yeah, Charlie Austin is knocking about. He'd do a job for us. He'd be a big improvement on our strikers currently. So I'd take him, obviously, on a free. But I do want a young striker. Not even like a youth striker, say if they're 19, 20, 20. I'm not even talking about that. If we had a striker just coming into their prime, like a 26, 27-year-old striker that we could build around for the next few seasons, perfect. But we just haven't had it since Che. Like if we could get another Zarate in while he's, that sort of player. Cheltenham breaking down the wing. Average catches, rolls out. Prime Kevin Phillips is needed, yes. Definitely. I say we should get Ivan Toney. I mean, I'd take him, but there is absolutely no chance that is happening. Maybe when he's like 35, or he just goes crap. Maybe we'll get him then in the next 3 seasons. But yeah, I don't think Ivan Toney's working. I think you can look away from any starting Premier League striker. You could look at strikers that aren't getting minutes in the Premier League that are young to bring in on loan, but that's it for Premier League, really. Blue signing players is a bit like Love Island. Jay, you love your similes, don't you? You're giving me loads tonight, but they're all good. Keep them coming. Blue signing players is a bit like Love Island. New people join a place, try to link up with each other, but you know it's going to be a disaster at some point. Yeah, although I don't agree with the fact that they're all there to get famous and have a shag. I don't think that's why the Blues players join. I think they're here to do other things, but yeah. I get your point. Speaking of Love Island, I know nothing about it because I don't watch it, so yeah. That's all I've grasped from it. That they're all there to get rich. Pretty much it. You don't win the prize at the end because they get like 50 grand at the end. I know that. If they like stay together, it ends up turning into like golden balls, and they've got to decide whether to split or steal. I know that there's that prize at the end, but yeah, even if they don't win that, they end up with ridiculous brand deals. They all get famous. They all make loads of money from doing nothing. It's just it's chaos. Thoughts on Trusty? I can't give you any because I haven't been able to see him in action tonight, unfortunately. 6'3", centre back, left-sided, left-footed, I believe, which is obviously good because left-sided footed centre backs seem to be very hard to come across. But yeah, I don't really know what to make of him because I haven't been able to see him. I know Arsenal saw something in him, so they signed him from an American club and then loaned him back out. Was it Colorado Rapids? He looks alright there, but then apparently, but then I've heard other people say that he seemed to have a mistake in him. So I don't know. Everidge is mad, yes. I just saw that he was having a go at one of our kids for something, and I don't really know why. It's like, yeah, just don't. I think he's just sad because he's ended up having to babysit rather than being in the main team, and he now sort of knows where he stands with Eustace. What budget do you reckon we will be given to work with for the rest of the summer? £500 million. That's my hopes. But no, ref. Why is the ref giving Josh Williams a yellow for... Yes, he went in a bit hard, but he got the ball. But budget, I don't know. A couple of million? Hopefully. Didn't track his man, that's why Everidge was mad. Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah. Stuart Townsend. I don't know why I read out your full name, sorry. Stuart. That's why we signed him, because he has a mistake in him. Yeah. Sounds about right. It's a Blues player, isn't it? You got a mistake in you, okay, we'll give you 20 grand. come and play for us. 20 grand a week, come and play for us. Probably got a transfer budget of about a fiver right now until the takeover done. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But we've got until the end of August. Transfer window is open till the end of August, isn't it? I know this season timings are a bit weird on things, a bit different. Like the season starting earlier, the winter break because of the World Cup. But I am imagining we've got, you know, a month and a week, you know, a bit over. So if the takeover takes 2 weeks, you know, and then it's confirmed, we've got 3 more weeks where we can actually start buying players. So yeah, hopefully, you know, after that £5 we've spent on getting Wang Yao Hoi, he gets a hamburger Happy Meal and spends the extra £2 asking him if he can get a toy, then, you know, an additional toy. After that budget's gone, Richardson and Lopez can hopefully come in and give us 2-3 million to invest. I would happily take that. I mean, I'd take a mil. If we could get a mil transfer budget and sign 3 players worth 300k that are on their last year of their contract with their club, which is why they're worth 300k, you know, that improves our squad more than likely. So, and then we can get some loans in. Sounds a great player for a fiver. What, the toy? The toy from the hamburger Happy Meal? I wonder what toys are on this week. Right, we're coming into the last 10 minutes of this game, by the way, now. Still 0-0. Thorndike was having another nice, you know, progressive run through the side there. Ended up winning a free kick. He seems very lively on the ball, Thorndike does. He can carry the ball well. He just seems... He already seems better than Lecco. Which I know it's not hard, but considering he's like a kid in our... that's now in our under 21s team or whatever... We've just signed him and this is his first performance for us. He looks decent. Tate Campbell dribbling around players for fun again from centre back. Shouting at players, telling them what to do. I like Tate Campbell. I haven't seen much of him, but I like what I've seen. He does look like a very confident centre back who can pass, who can bring the ball out from defence. He's smart with the ball, so he's, you know, he can shield from players, he can fake things, and he seems like a very good centre back. Although I thought he was a central midfielder last season, but he's been playing centre back for us. Nice from Thorndike. Kiki Simmons is on. I don't know who he came on for. Is Alfie Chang playing? Alfie Chang started. I don't think I've seen him. I'm not sure who I'm looking out for, to be fair. I'll tell you what, I'll get the numbers up, and then I should have just kept the numbers up, shouldn't I, on my phone, and then I can actually have some sort of idea as to who is who. Right, corner. Cosgrove headed, but straight into the keeper's hands. One of them pull-back toys can get down the pitch in seconds when you let it go. If he's got great control, can play midfield. He'll be quicker than any of our strikers anyway. Probably won't get caught offside as much as Hogan either. But I've given up with getting the lineups, to be fair. I don't believe I'm going to see a goal. From 2 watch-alongs, one was the Portimonense versus Blues game. Hogan scored in that one. This one doesn't look like I'm seeing a goal. For some reason, my favourite player we've had is Marlon King. Elijah, that's a good shout. He was a good striker. I think people relate Marlon King as well to like good times because of us being in the Europa League. And yeah, he was there when we were doing that. Oh, Thorndike! Oh, Simmons should have finished that then. But Thorndike, I tell you what, he just went on another good run. Drops one, drops two, smashes it. Yes, it was down the keeper's throat a bit to the right, but he had to palm it out to Kiki Simmons, and then Simmons just tried to smash it in the corner, and he just put it wide into the side netting. He probably shouldn't have smashed it. If he had a bit more composure, then he would have just like played it with half the power, just casually into the net. But 2 players from this game that I have been impressed with. Tate Campbell, again, I said it against Portimonense, I'll say it again. He looks so assured, so confident. He looks like a very good player. And Thorndike, it's his first appearance, and he has been creating the majority of stuff. He's been making these brilliant runs, taking players on. He's just got a very good shot in. He looks like a good player. And considering he's around this side, you know, this team, rather than our main team, I think he could do a job in our main team. The pace Dukey got, he hadn't been offside since about 2018. Yeah, I do love Lukas Jutkovic, mainly because of his partnership with Che Adams, and he's such a good target man. But his time has come now. I don't think he's got the ability. Although I say that, didn't he do really well for us in the first part of Bowyer's, you know, the end of that first season for Bowyer? 1-0 down. Cheltenham finish. There was a mistake. I didn't see who it was from, but we are 1-0 down. It hasn't shown who gave the ball away. Tate Campbell gave the ball away. After I was saying he'd had such a good game, he looked really confident on the ball, made a mistake. I think he just took a chance, got a bit too confident, and should have just put his foot through it. They score. We're 1-0 down, but again, it's our kids against their main team, so this performance seems better than what happened at the Solihull game, and that was our main team against the National League side. So I've been impressed with what I've seen still. with the lineup we've got, I'm not really expecting to beat Cheltenham. They're a mid-table League One side, and it's their main team against our youth academy. So yeah, it's okay. At least I've seen a goal, I guess. We're making sure both teams lose on the doubleheader tonight. Yeah. Yeah, how are the Blues admin going to deal with this one? It's normally a defeat in wherever we are. Although the Blues admin haven't mentioned anything about this game, I don't think. Still, they didn't mention anything before. I still don't think they've said anything about it. So, yeah, they don't really seem to care about it. Our kids seem better than our first team. Yeah, from what I've seen, they probably are. Jukovic has lost his spark. Yeah, he's just got to that age. But as I was saying before that goal went in the the start of the Bowyer regime, when he was, he had 10 games left, Jukovic was great for us, I'm pretty sure. So, it was maybe he hasn't lost it. Maybe it's just because Bowyer didn't fancy him, like he didn't fancy Sanchez. Maybe he could still do a job as a target man. Thorndike's just hit the bar from outside the box. I tell you what, he looks like a very good player. He just smashed that off the bar. He looks dangerous. He looks better than anyone in our first team anyway. It's not Blues without the mistake. Yeah, it's really not. Oh, great ball. I don't know who played it. Bailey. Ooh! Bailey just cut in. He was on the edge of the box, but he was like on the corner of the box. And he's just like hit a finesse shot like you do when you're playing FIFA 16 or whatever. And he, and it was curling and curling. I don't know if it was going in, but the keeper just got a hand to it just to make sure. Look, if that was going in, if it was just inside the post, it was top corner. Was the goal worth the $4.99 though? Probably not. If there's another one, it will be. But no, I enjoy doing this sort of stuff. It's nice to get other people's views on stuff and just, sit here, have a chat with everyone, watch the football. It's fun. It's good to see how the players are getting on as well. All our young players. Oh, there's Chang. He just gave the ball away. Simmons gets back. Okay, they've got the ball in defence now. Coming into the 90th minute, they've spread the ball out wide. Then they've been offside a lot. They're not offside this time. Comeback, Adams, yes, definitely. I mean, Southampton are looking for another striker apparently, so maybe we could put a cheeky bid in for Che Adams on loan. I would love that so much. Got another friendly on Saturday against Rayo Vallecano. Yes, we do. I won't be doing a watch along for that one. I'm busy. But yeah, hopefully we can do well there. And Falcao's team, isn't it? Radamel Falcao. So I'm not sure if he's going to be there, but if so, interesting. See if Falcao's still got it. Tried to play a forward ball, but didn't pick out anyone. Went out of play. Blues fans are leaving. I think this is it, to be fair. I think it's going to be 1-0 loss. Gary, by the sound of it, Thorndyke should be with the first team. Now, this is just one opinion, but from what I've seen, he looks so lively, can take players on. He looks like he's a good shooter as well. So, and he looks like he wants to get forward, which is nice, because Blues players don't normally want to get forward. They normally want to go backwards and score own goals and make mistakes and get sent off. So, yeah, obviously other people will have watched the game. There were other games to watch him in, but from what I've currently seen, he looks like he wouldn't look out of place in the first team. I'd definitely say that. Seems Blues not losing to lower league teams, whether it's kids or first team players. Yeah, I mean, first team players losing to National League Solihull Moors is unacceptable. But the kids losing to a League One side 1-0 and giving it a good go, I'm not too fussed with that. You know, some players really put good performances in, and it was just one mistake that cost us there. But yeah, the game has ended. We've lost it 1-0. What can you do? Cosgrove, you know, what does this mean for him? Because he's just been put with the kids. Probably means Eustace doesn't think much of him. Again, same with Everidge. Everidge isn't in the first team plans. I can see him leaving because of his wages. We're not going to want to keep those wages on board if he's not a first team player. Same with Cosgrove. They're both I think it's according to Football Manager, those two are our highest earners. And I know Football Manager is a game, but it is a database that has been built, and there's plenty of stats from history in there. A lot of the all the information about players is right as far as I'm aware. So I'd say they are around the top 3 earners in the clubs. So they will more than likely be on their way. I'm going to go to Rayo Vallecano. Stuart, really? Fair play. All those fans that made it to Portugal, fair play to them as well. But are you actually? You put laughing face after. I don't know if you're laughing as well, or the fact that you're not going. I've got this and the game on. Thorndyke could break into the first team. I think he's been very good. Yeah, Alex, I agree. Give them Hogan and Jukovic for Adams. I mean, we'd still need another striker because that would just leave us Adams and Deeney and Cosgrove, and then some youth players. But yeah, I'd definitely accept that. But they don't want Hogan and Jukovic, sadly, Stephen. Can't blame the fans trying to beat the traffic and get out of the heat. Yeah, good point. Although it is 9:30. I know it's still probably hot, but the last thing I'd want to do is be sitting in my car driving, or going. I guess if they've got trains, but if they're driving, I wouldn't want to be doing that. I'd probably just wait it out until the end and stay like half an hour after until it's cooled down, and then get in my car and drive with the aircon on. But yeah, I would have loved Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney did do a good job at Derby. Then, right near the end, when it looked like they could potentially survive, he couldn't do it. But the job he done there for minus 21 points was very good. It's just, would Rooney take us? I don't know. I don't know if we'd want to come. However, we've got Eustace. In Eustace we trust. Come back, Gary Rowett. Only time I'd accept that Moors defeat is in the FA Cup, where anything can happen. I mean, anything can happen in any game, but I get what you mean. I think that's great. Only losing 1-0 to Cheltenham is great. I don't know if that's sarcasm, but I agree. Everidge is a joke. He could not catch a cold. Get rid of him. I mean, he did catch a pretty bad cold last year, but yeah, again, I get the point. He's not good at catching the ball. He's not good at controlling his area. He flaps at everything. He hasn't got good distribution. Doesn't really sound like a good goalkeeper. So your man of the match is Thorndike. I wouldn't have really been able to decide between Thorndike and Campbell, but Campbell made that late mistake. Still had a very good game. Still young, so he's going to make a mistake. But I think on the overall play, Thorndike, he looked like our best chance of scoring, definitely. And don't forget, Odin Bailey was on the pitch. That's a player that, if he wants to start breaking into the first team, you know, if he wants to have a career at Blues, this is the time where he's really got to start putting the performance in. And Thorndike outperformed in there, definitely. He looked like a great player, so yeah. Get rid of Cosgrove. It's at home, the Rayo Vallecano. Oh, okay. It was because we haven't had any home friendlies yet, have we? So I was thinking we weren't having friendlies at home because of the stadium, which made me think we were playing away against Rayo Vallecano as well. But yeah, at home, even better. Falcao at St Andrews. You love to see it. Deeney's past his sell-by date. I mean, he's not doing too much to disagree with you there, but again, I think he wasn't at 100% fitness ever at the start of last season because he wasn't playing for Watford when he joined us, and the season had already started. But now he's had the whole summer to work on his fitness because he knows he's going to be a first team player. So I think, yeah. Everyone is a football manager. It's true. Shows ex-Villa players are better than our Blues players. Hogan, Gardner. Oh, are you saying that our better players always end up being from Villa? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Thorndike was from Villa. Yes. And he looked very good. So he was a thorn in Cheltenham's side for a lot of the game. Yes, he was. I'll give you that one. I mean, his name walks right into that one. You couldn't really not make that joke, could you? Yeah, you couldn't resist one more. See if you can get one more in, because I'm going to be going in the next couple of minutes, because obviously the game's over. I'm going to get off. See you, everyone. See you later, Stuart. Thank you very much for tuning in. We're on 28 likes. End of the stream. Come on. We're going to be here for another couple of minutes. Get it to 30. Let's get to 30 likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, if you haven't already. So, from the Solihull Moors game, we lost 1-0. Hit the post and whatever, looked good at times. Their keeper apparently played well, but not good enough against a National League side, considering that was our starting lineup. Against Cheltenham, the game we watched, we lost 1-0 again, a late Tate Campbell mistake, but Tate Campbell and Thorndike looked like our most, our best players really on the pitch. They were definitely looked like they've got a lot of potential. And it was our kids against a League One side's main team. So losing 1-0, probably a realistic result. But yeah, they put in a good performance. 32 likes. Thank you very much for hitting the goal. Jay has one final comment. He's came up with his pun. Let's see how good it is. So we're all feeling a bit blue after them results. I'll give it you because it's relevant. I did like your thorn in Cheltenham side one though. I think that was definitely the star performer. We're going to end the stream here. There's our two results. We lost both games, but It's pre-season. I guess that's the only positive I can come up with. It's pre-season. It's about fitness. Hopefully it doesn't mean too much. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to Blues Focus TV for more Blues related content. I will be doing a Football Manager stream, more than likely Thursday, but it could be tomorrow. So make sure to tune into that if you haven't, if you're interested in it. We are in the Premier League, so it's quite exciting. And yeah, if you haven't looked at my channel at all, I have my own channel, link in the description, JC Football, and I look at Premier League, Championship from a bit of a broader perspective. So in the next few weeks I'm going to be doing my prediction tables. So I'm going to be doing a 1 to 24 in the Championship and giving my reasons, a 1 to 20 in the Premier League. We're going to be looking at some of the best and worst kits from the leagues. We're going to be looking at some more transfers and doing transfer roundup videos. So yeah, make sure to subscribe over there if you haven't already as well. Thank you for getting us to 35 likes, everyone. And make sure that you keep hydrated. I know there's supposed to be thunderstorms tonight, but hopefully that is the end of the ridiculously hot weather and we can now have nice weather that doesn't make us feel awful. For one last time, up the Blues.